The sun is set in Chicago. The temps have dipped and will continue to do so. Jacket and blanket weather. It's that time of year at Soldier Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. On the return, Tremont Smith. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Another good carry there for the NFL's second leading rusher. And we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank. It doesn't matter whether he's first or second or even third in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
56. Mike. 56.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Gain of 3 brings up 3rd and 8.
I got it. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
He'll drop to throw. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through. In some phases of life, that's what's known as the quick response team. Down 3, they come right back with a big return. They want to at least tie this game up.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Phillip Lindsay, the ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 7. from the shotgun. Wilson. He'll find Lindsey here. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. From the gun, it's Wilson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Wilson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. I have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Is good.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got his man on the out route. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. Levante David in on the tackle.
34 on the carry.
This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll look to throw here. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. That catch good for only a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
That's a gain of
a quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Circle around twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. He may try and run for this. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Now this time he'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Finds his tight end Ingram. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. From 13 yards out. And the Bears have taken the lead. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down. We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was it successful.
We saw a touchdown, too. Here's Smith to return it. Oh, good return up past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
That means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
At the 45-yard line.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. On the carry.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And it's 3rd down.
$10-3 score after 1 here on EA Sports.
Bears 10, Vikings 3.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards on the play, first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
On first down, Wilson. Flushed out right. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They'll come out in the pistol. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll run with Lindsey. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Lindsey. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
And goal at the 1-yard line.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Noah Fant, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece.
That ties the game at 10.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
56 to Mike. 56.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. A huge play there on the screen pass. 62 yards.
6-yard line.
Back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
A gain of 1 yard.
Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears have broken the tie. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10.
Bears 17. Vikings 10.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Harrison on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now it's Wilson. Screen pass to Lindsey. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Now a handoff looking right. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
38-yard line.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. That'll net 7 yards on the ground, but it'll leave them with a healthy distance still to go on third down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it, and he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun. Wilson, and he's got his target. That's more.
Wilson's pass.
Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
21 yards.
Wilson now. From the gun, he'll throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw again is Wilson. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And he's into the clear.
That's what I want to see.
And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Touchdown.
Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an
things for
interception.
different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It's Ryan Kerrigan getting the sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down.
At the 48. Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
First play of the drive, going for 14 and also going for a first down.
First down, Minnesota.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wilson. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
4-yard gain on the play.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Now a quick pass to Richardson. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Touchdown.
Paul Richardson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again.
Makes the score Bears.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Pressure comes and down he goes.
Now we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
1st and 10.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
At the 46-yard line.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. And his throw here is incomplete.
Intended for number 8.
This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
At the 18-yard line.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Chandler Jones, a former All-Pro, in on the tackle.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And they give this time to the tailback. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. For the goal line. He loses the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Back now at Soldier Field.
17.
It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
Brought down.
That 1st down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Wilson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their time. Timeouts. That'll leave him with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Got an open man. It's Foster. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down.
And the Vikings 1st down.
Running for the first time with a fullback, C.J. Ham. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
He's brought down.
Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
1st down, Minnesota.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now a carry for Lindsey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Landon Roberts.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense. Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
Looks like they went for the combo plate there. A nice ample gain on the ground on the previous play. Going for the big shot on that one unsuccessfully.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
1st and 10.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Wilson.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but that's adopted in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete.
Wilson's
good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit him over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
For the field goal, a 53-yard attempt.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll bring them back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
And 2.
Some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Check 26, check 26.
They'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Flush to his right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Wilson. Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. To throw again. Wilson. Sideline throw. That's caught by Moore. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll run here with Lindsey. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away. Tuck it away because you've got to take care of the ball.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And 12 at the 26-yard line.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. 30, the 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago! Travis Kelsey His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. Now in desperation, and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. DJ Moore, 78 yards. And the Vikings have made this now a one-score game. So now here are the Vikings faced with a big two-point conversion attempt. Lindsey going to try and run it in, but he will not get in here. He stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game.
Jason Myers set to kick off.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Pulls it in at the 13 and makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Their own 23-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
And another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And boy, again, they won't get this off in time. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
One final kneel down here as it comes inside the 40-second mark, and that should be enough to put this one on ice.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Chicago, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, it's a loss that could hurt come playoff seeding time as they fall to 11-3. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.